excited for it. I'm excited for the momentum of that. We're trying to carry it out against Chicago for the month.
The last time I got my haircut was like 2 months ago. Yeah. So when you get to this area, you gotta be careful. Right. Just remember that. Yeah, man. But
the last time I cut it, you just came out from surgery, yeah?
yeah, that was the last. That was I had to wait 3 months before I got a haircut. Because if you let anything happen or it touches your that area, then you might get infected or whatever. Right. We were talking about like my surgery and the whole process was crazy. I had a weight coming out of me, and that's all. That's basically the weight part of the surgery for the brain surgery. But there's some stuff, man, that I was thinking about because when I went to the hospital, I had it in New York. My family came down, and honestly, I was scared the whole time. My family doesn't really know this because you kind of put on this bravado, yeah, I'm gonna get it taken care of. I'm not worried about anything, but there was a point where we were in the room, just got there I think we had to get there at 4 in the morning, something like that. Mm-hmm. And you can't eat any food before.
Okay. How long can't you eat?
You can't eat the entire day. Before. Yeah, so I was there, we all in the room getting ready for me to go in. And my grandma's there, my dad, my girlfriend, my auntie, and we are inside the room and we're all cracking jokes. And then I go in the bathroom and I literally get on my knees and pray. I cry a little bit, but nobody knows this, and I come back out and I'm all smiles because you don't know what could happen. You have no idea. Right. Because something can go terribly wrong, right. And your life is gone. That's it. It's the end. There was another moment, my grandma and Danielle wrote this postcard, wrote a prayer on it. And right before you get to the door, you're standing there, and I'm talking to this nurse, and she's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "I'm not ready to go in there for somebody to cut me up," But I sit there and stand there, and I read the prayer, and she's like, "Take as much time as you need," and I do the prayer, and I cry a little bit, a little bit more crying, and then I go in, and I make sure I introduce myself to everybody that's in the operating room. I literally shake everybody's hand, "Hey, we about to work on my head." Hey, we about to do this. So they knew me, So I go in, and then the surgery happens. But it made me think about how did people, or how did black men historically deal with stress, or how do they deal with recovery or rest? And I do my own thing. I'll go to a coffee shop, sit there, drink some coffee, make sure I try not to take my cell phone sometimes, but that's extremely hard. And then I just watch people walk by. I might just be there maybe 20 minutes because that's enough time for me to get my relax on. But I know that you were talking about taking a vacation and not being able to do it. What was that about?
Yeah, for me, when I go on vacations, oftentimes it's planning things. I'm not really going to rest.
Right.
I'm going to experience a new place. Yeah. And sometimes I come back more exhausted than when I left.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So to be honest, I'm 31 years old, and I haven't really taken the time to rest. I don't know really what that looks like. And I think it's because, for me, it's so much at stake. I want to do so much in my life. Yeah. There's a great deal of guilt that I feel with taking a break, with resting. Yeah. Right? I'm working right now.
Exactly. Me too.
So, it's tough. It's tough for me, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know, I also often think like specifically for black men, like historically, like we think about all these icons and these famous black men as being like on mountaintops, but at some point they had to sleep. They spent time with their families. They even went on vacations, even though it sounds crazy, like they did that. So, you know, I wanted to ask Greg. I know he's around here somewhere. Yeah, dog. What's up, man? Because I know you had a vacation or whatever, but you were talking about, like I was talking to you, like when do you rest, or do you feel like you ever rest, or like what is that experience like?
Do I ever rest? No. Because even when I'm on vacation, I'm always on call. So like I'm with my son spending time, and then my employees, they call me. So I don't think I ever really rest. If I do, resting to me is like probably like something that's like mindless, right? Because my job is a lot mentally, it taxes me. But resting is probably like watching TV or reading a book, like where my mind can go into those spaces and forget about whatever the world, what's going on in the outside world. So even on vacation, but to your, you know, to the question you asked, we went to Disney World, and it's like I'm having a good time, but then people are calling me, and my son is like riding rides. It's like I'm supposed to be enjoying that, right? But I'm not, because I'm working.
Well, I want to ask like the brothers in the room, like, do you feel like, you know, because of course it's like an American thing, like so like we do not relax at all. Like other people from around the country or like around the world in different countries, they know how to chill, they know how to relax, they know how to take time because they're human beings. But is it like double or triple fold for you as a black man, as far as like what a break looks like, or like taking time for yourself, or because you trying to, you know, pay rent or like, you know, pay your bills? It's like, oh, if I rest, you know, then I might be seen this way, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Like, I know my dad's around here somewhere. When's the last time you relaxed or you rested or took a break?
I got my first job. I'm 54 now. I got my first real job at 17. Went off to college, got a job there. Came back, started working for the city. I think between the time I was 17 to now, there may have been 1 month, 30 days where I didn't have to be coming and punching the clock. That's what I said.
But do you find time, like, because I know you like going to auction houses. Like, is that your space of time to like take a rest?
It is. I try to fit it in, but for me, it's still like work. So I put in a little leisure into work. So it's a small part of still trying to pay bills.
And Sebastian, I know you were talking about earlier, because you said something. What did you say? You said everybody has a day off or something. What are you talking about?
Everybody has a day off?
No, like
Oh,
your
today.
employees,
Yeah. So our air conditioning went out in the shop. So we're on Wednesday's campus, and because everybody's air conditioning unit is hooked up to the same kind of box, electrical box, if it gets too hot, like it did yesterday and like it is today, the air conditioning goes off because we overwork. And so I asked Lionel, one of our first employees, you know, did he want to take the day off? And at first he said yes, and then you saw the guilt settle in.
Exactly.
It's like, oh man, I got 10 customers tomorrow. It's hot, but I can work in the heat. Like, should I get the money? Should I, you know what I mean? And we ended up calling all the staff and seeing like if they want to take the day off. Because we then had to call maybe 60 or 70 customers and let them know they would take the day off. And we called some of those customers. It was like, it's the 4th of July. I need to cut.
Exactly. I need to be ready.
And so, like the guilt that we felt internally, but also the blame that was projected onto us for not wanting to work in those conditions. You know, it's very difficult to cut in 90 degrees in the shop.
But you still.
But that's common, right? Like as a black man, I think the guilt that's felt is like this laziness.
Yeah.
I took, like, typically barbershops are closed on Mondays. You know,
Yeah.
ours isn't closed on Sundays. Our second shop's gonna be open on Sundays. And everybody has different days off, but I take off Mondays, I work half days, Tuesdays, but I'm still working on those days.
Right.
I was supposed to be taking Mondays to read and like self-educate.
Exactly.
And that turned into like my wife and I working together on other things.
Exactly.
So it's really very difficult. And even the team, rubbing up on the team, like this work ethic that we built up, it's like a gift and a curse.
Right. Right.
You know, me personally, I just don't know how to, you know, reconcile that. So I feel like it is necessary to work this hard at this phase because we got so much at stake.
Yeah. Yeah. But like at the same time, because like, you know, dealing with all the killings that are happening to black men, black women, and everything that's going on crazy politically, like, and just like walking down the street, like as a black man, like, and the trauma that your body goes through, is it like, and this is for any black man that's in this place right now, like, do you feel like you are stressed all the time? Like, do you feel like you ever get a chance to relax? I mean, because like for me, like there's no one black narrative. Like my experience as a black man is gonna be different from somebody else's. So what do you do to rest or relax? And this is like I said, any black man that's here. Like what do you do? Anybody?
I meditate.
Meditate? And what does that look like?
Just escape from the world, man. Just really meditation. I think that's the great escape.
Because I know, like, after I had my surgery, like, I'm really active, and I like to work out, and I had to. My body couldn't do what I wanted it to do, so I had to come up with some kind of reasoning or something to do. So my girlfriend was like, "Well, we can do yoga." You know, I didn't want to do no yoga, but it was all that I was capable and able to do, and it was actually really relaxing. You know, I've never done that before because I felt like this ain't gonna do nothing. Like, I'm gonna sit in the pose for like 9 minutes, you know. But that for me was like really calming and just being able to like lay my body on the floor and just kind of just be for a little bit. But I don't know what other people do. So, and I obviously don't have the answers. But like an example, I know for like Malcolm X, the most time that he had in relaxing, of course he went to Mecca, but that was a spiritual journey, and that's also relaxing too. But I think the most time that he had when he relaxed was when he spent time in Ghana, and he was hanging out with Maya Angelou, and he was hanging out with these people. He even allowed himself to have glasses of wine. You know, like that was something that was unheard of that he did not do. But for him, being away from the country and just having that time to be like, I'm gonna actually try some of that red wine over there and see what that's like. You know, that was his time to relax and rest. And I just, you know, I also think people had this idea that if you go to another country as a black man, you know, you be free, you experience all this freedom and stuff, and I think it's true. But in my experience, when I did study abroad, when I was an undergrad, I went to Italy and it was amazing, it was beautiful. But, you know, I'm walking down the street and then somebody calls me nigger, you know, and it was a white person. And I'm pretty sure they were Italian.
Should have called me.
I should have, Grandma. I definitely should have called you. I know you would have been over there so fast. You would have been over there so fast. But you know, like people have different experiences when they travel. Some people, or some black men don't, you know, they don't experience it the way I have. Some, you know, you go on vacation, not think about nothing, and that you just cool. So I'm just interested to know, you know, some more stories or ways that you relax. Do you watch TV or whatever?
I think music is a big one for me.
Music?
Yeah, I listen to music.
Yeah.
But ironically, I'm listening to music while working. Right? And the reason why I do that is because it's like some stuff I hate doing around the house, like folding clothes.
Yeah.
Right? I enjoy cutting the grass and like working in the yard.
Yeah.
But in order to like escape from doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to you. So I'm trying to like make this a form of relaxation.
Right.
So I'm doing one of my favorite things
Yeah.
while doing work.
Yeah.
So again, for me, I've made work my relaxation.
Right. But don't you think that's like the opposite of what you should be doing? I mean, I know it's hard because I feel the same way. Like that's how I feel. But don't you think you need some time? Like, I'm not saying like vacation time. I'm not saying 2 weeks. I'm not even saying a day.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like maybe 20 minutes or
Meditation's
something.
good.
You know, like,
Meditation's
do you do that?
I do meditate. I meditate every morning and every night.
Okay.
It goes back to work though. When I'm meditating, I'm visualizing like what my day looks like. I'm visualizing
Right.
what I want to get out of it. You know, life on the sofa.
Right.
But meditation is a good form of relaxation. Just being in the moment. You know, trying to breathe properly.
All right, Whit. So here's the question. With everything that's happening, like now today, like watching videos of the kid that just got shot in the back by police officers, right? And that effect that it has on you psychologically. What do you do to give your time a break from that? Or do you do anything? I don't know, Greg.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you right here. You standing right here.
For me personally, like when I hear about it,
Yeah.
it takes me a minute to actually like delve into it because it's happened so frequently.
Yeah.
Like my mind can't take it. Like I think
Yeah.
like after the 2 guys that got killed back to back,
Yeah.
like within days,
Yeah.
I was like, my heart was too heavy. I couldn't take it. So as far as like relaxing, I try to, I guess like disconnect probably.
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know if that's the right thing.
No, I mean,
but
I
I
think-
disconnect. I can't because then it's like on social media. Then when you're in social media, then it's everybody's opinions and it's like
Exactly.
not just the news and it's all of that. Like so, I have to disconnect and then I have to like go back in and like read and get the facts and things like that. But as far as like relaxing, I have to disconnect. There's no way to relax
Yeah.
from that.
Right.
You know, because I have a son and I think about that. Like
Yeah.
that could be him.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that keeps me up at night. So I have to try to like, you know, dive.
Dre, I know you in here. What you do?
Relax.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Do you? Like honestly, do you? Do you feel like you take time for yourself? No? That's real.
I guess talk about before you feel guilty to try to even take the time.
Yeah.
I'm here to support you. And since I've been here, I've been working all the time.
Yeah, you've been emailing. Yep.
Sending emails, answering text messages, responding to everyone I need to. I'm on PTO, but I feel responsible that I have to do it.
Yeah. I know Darius is in here somewhere. If he's still here.
Hey, what up, though?
What up? What up? What do you do, man?
I paint.
You paint?
I paint to relax. I like to think of my work as my therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it really lets me dive into it and forget about whatever I'm doing in life. But everything else in life is like drama for me.
Yeah.
That's like the escape.
Yeah.
But besides that, I try to meditate. It's hard for me to meditate.
It's hard. I honestly, I don't even know if I know how to meditate. I don't. I mean, I think meditation means making brain. Like, you know, that allows me to kind of like, I feel like I'm getting something out, you know, but my artwork now, because it's become such a big part of my life, like making the work can sometimes be relaxing, but it's also my job. So it can be really frustrating if you're working on something and it's not doing what you want to do. You know, so then what do I do outside of that? Because the artwork allows me to get like all the frustration or things that are happening in the world out. But the process is sometimes enjoyable and then sometimes it's stressful. So it's like, what do I do outside of that? You know, to find some kind of peace, like to give myself that time. You know, Sangor, what are you doing?
This year I've been purging.
Okay, what's that?
connected to that are material that are not working in my favor.
Okay.
And are not contributing to the objectives and the goals that I've set for myself. You know, as an artist and as a human being. And so every time I throw something away, I feel freer. I feel like I can achieve things that are higher than myself. And that's the most meditative thing I've been doing for these past years. I've been calling it the year of the purge.
Okay.
Not related to the movies.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, my dad, you know, he was talking, but I think about his like work ethic to me. I think also as a millennial, like this idea of like having that, you know, you got that stable job, you get your pension, you get all that kind of stuff, and you know, you work that. And that's your gig. That's what you do for the majority of your life, you know. But I look at my dad, and I'm always like, I'm proud because I look at like let's say he gets laid off. About 2 weeks later, he has a job.
Yeah.
So he is always working. You know, like all the time. Right? He worked all the time. But also, you know, that with that work comes so much more because you're not giving your body like the time to really rest, and I think that goes into health. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I had my seizure because they said the tumor that I had is seen in boys that are like around 12 years old, it's a slow-growing tumor. But something happened for me to have a seizure. But I never had a seizure in my life. So, and I really think it was related to all the stress I was under. Like, think about, like, how do people already?
Take your time. Take your time. That's all right. We got you. You know we got you.
And it's okay to cry.
Yeah, go ahead, cry, bro.
That's called recovery.
That's all right.
Just like this.
Me,
You work your whole life.
All of
You
us.
don't have to. Sometimes it doesn't feel good. Keep working. Working. And it doesn't feel like it's everyone. You got a family to take care of. I'm out, but I will say this. All of that, like all the ins and outs, and ups and downs, and hard times, and all that includes. Someone in there that produced you, and it produced what you became, produced how strong you are, produced how you're strong enough to get through that, and produced how much you care about me, and the rest of the family. So, I cry all the time. Not so much for myself, but sometimes for them having a season. Always play.
Right.
But I don't believe that's going to be a problem you're going to have.
Okay, Mario, you can't help being who you are. Grandpa Rice, my grandpa was a slave.
Yeah.
And he came to Newport, Tennessee from North Carolina. And guess what happened?
I already know, you know I know.
Yeah, at the age of 9, he was selling coal.
Yep.
And then he built his own business and sold ice.
Yep.
He never rested, and guess what happened? He built the first black school in Newport, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And how he did it during that time was to fool a white man that he was friends with and was so cold, but kind of ran the town, and he asked him to buy the property so that he could build a school for us, and it's still there. So it's in you, it's in me, and all of that, and we will rest one day when it's our time.
But you know, that's also the thing, though. That's also the thing. Like, you know, we've been working since the beginning
Yep.
of colonized America. You know, we've been the structure that built the entire economy of what we understand here as the United States. Right. So yes, we have to work constantly. We got to do that. Cause I know that. Now I'm built in that same way that, you know, this is what my family talks to me about. This is just your understanding as being a black man in America, that you have to work really, really hard. But will there be a point? Will there be a point where we actually are able to take some time, like every other human being, and like go to the spa? You know what I mean? Like, or just like, you know, whatever it is, you know, whatever that looks like. You know, because I think we are in it, right? We're in it because we're doing the work, we're doing everything we need to do. We're working constantly, right? That's also an American thing. But when do we get the same time that other people get? Like, when do we get the same time to sit and relax and not be like, oh man, let me run over here, let me answer this email, let me go talk to this person, let me make sure I talk to this gallery, let me talk to that curator, let me talk to this person because they've been ignoring me, so I need to stay steady on these emails. Let me go meet with this person, let me go meet with that person, you know. So I saw Brian Nixon in here. He's an artist.
Right behind you.
What do you do, Brian? As far as like, what do you do to relax or take a break or whatever? Like, what's that look like?
I just paint, man.
Yeah.
And it seemed like when I go through stressful situations, or when I'm dealing with like pain, or like when I'm like in a situation where I feel like I'm not working hard enough, or like all my hard work is, and I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor.
Right.
You know, and I get like depressed.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't show it.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like be quiet or like, but I feel like the fact, because I quit drawing, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And somehow I was brought back to it, and it was almost like therapy for me. Whenever I was dealing with something, I had something to look forward to. I had something to do, you know. And I just wanted to let you know that, like, you're a big inspiration to me. You know, we go back to 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing your work, because when I was a kid, like, I was like the superior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I got into high school and I saw your work, I was like, man, this dude was crazy. Like, he's the best. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And watching you on Facebook and watching you on Instagram while I'm sitting here going to different jobs and stuff, it's just not, you know what I'm saying? It was inspirational, and I wanted to let you know that last year when I quit my job, I came to New York to come see you.
Oh,
Even though we didn't connect,
You didn't?
you know, it's good that you know, it's almost like we still get to like be in this world together. You know?
Yeah.
So.
And man, you know, you got my number, man. Hit me up anytime, man. You know, so you know, you just let me know. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else in here got, you know, something they want to say, want to talk about, or what their experiences is or are. You know, how do you know, take time for yourself? Like, what does that look like?
So as you're talking,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I see that. I wonder, and I ponder this all the time. Do black men even have the luxury to even think about the concept of black?
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Like, I don't even know if I have the luxury to think about it.
You know, like, has it now become part of our DNA
you know, to just always be working and stressed and always on the ready. You know what I mean? Like all the time. It's an unnatural state of being.
Exactly, I believe so. So I think you should. I mean, I think you posed a good question, and I know you were about to say something. So
as far as that relaxation, I've got to a point in my life I went through a situation of health. Where I didn't think I was going to anymore. And people have written me up. Well, you know, it's not going to make it. I got a call from a fellow about a year later. He asked me, he said, "Hey man, you still here? I see you picked up the phone." So what's up? What are you going to do? Are you getting back in the game or are you giving up? And you know, I got back on that horse and got back out of it. You know, but to relax, I never relax. I'm never comfortable because there's always something else that I want to do. When I sleep at night, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow, next week, or the week after that. And just keeping that mind focused and turning, I think that's why we don't live as long as everybody else. Because we don't get that rest that we should. But, you know, that's our fight that we have to just deal with. And that's what I do.
One of the things that I do every Friday is I go out with my good friend Rich Diggs. And that's one of the ways that I rest. As I'm thinking about it, I get off work at 9 o'clock. I work 12-hour days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 9 to 9. At 9:30 when we leave the shop, we go out, we eat, you know, and have conversations about family, have conversations about our future, and just engage with each other. So Rich, other than that, what do you do to relax? It's one of the hardest workouts I know.
I take a lot of naps. And so,
man, that's what's up.
I'm a young attorney. I work for the federal judge, chief judge downtown. And I find myself feeling a lot of anxiety day to day. And when I go home, or when I'm officially off work, because I'm never really off work.
Exactly.
I just, wherever I am, I take a nap. And so for me, that's my form of meditation. And what I do usually, I do whatever's on my mind, whatever I'm after, I just let it go. And I just give myself 20 or 30 minutes to breathe and take a nap. And I do that, you know, usually at least once a day, but I can do it maybe 4 or 5 times a day, depending on the day. And because I don't sleep that much. I can only sleep maybe 5 hours maximum in the night. And so I feel like I need those big moments to just decompress and to let things go. Two of the points we want to know that Deb made about do black men ever relax? And so part of the reason I take the naps is because I don't feel like I can ever truly relax. You know, Mayor Shaw, the actor, he made a great point in the documentary with Jay-Z. He said black men go through life playing defense, not offense.
Can you say that one more time?
He said black men go through life playing defense and not offense. And I think it's a great sort of analogy to make, because if you think about sports, the person on defense is constantly reacting to what's happening around them. That's not a period to relax. Right? It's a period of tension, it's a period of stress. And I truly feel that that's how the overwhelming majority of black men in America live every second of their lives.
It was an article recently written, and it had to do with my work, but the interesting thing I found out about the article was it was a quote by Malcolm X, and this was the last speech he gave in Detroit, and I think it was like February 1965. And in his speech, he opened up with his house had just got bombed, right? So his house just gets bombed, and he shows up to the lecture hall or wherever he's going to do the speech. He shows up to the lecture hall where he's going to do the speech. And then, he says, these are the only clothes I have right now because all my clothes got burned up. I know, Greg, you went this, it's not the same, but your house burned down, your clothes got burned, right?
Thank you.
I just throw that out there. Just let everybody know, Greg's house got burned down, his clothes burned down. No, but in his speech, he was saying how after that firebombing, after all his clothes were burned, he saw a doctor, and the doctor gave him a drug. And he said that drug allowed him to sleep. And he said in his time, during his speech, he said, I now go see that doctor every week, and he gives me that drug. I don't know what kind of drug it is, but it puts me to sleep, puts me to a good sleep. So what kind of what kind of place do you have to be in where you have to take drugs to sleep? You know what I mean? That's on a whole nother level. But I think that's like a premise to things that we're dealing with now. And like you said, taking your naps, you're not getting 5 hours, but you might get 30 minutes in, 20 minutes in, taking your naps, but it allows you some time to kind of relax and then get your energy back up and move forward. But yeah, I just found that really interesting that, somebody that we understand as being this extreme revolutionary, in order for him to actually just go to sleep, he had to go to this doctor to get shot up with drugs so he can sleep.
Well, let me say this.
Yeah.
Naps and sleep.
Oh, I love naps.
So do I. What we don't want to get caught up into is it's okay to take those naps and that sleep time for rest or sanctuary. It becomes a problem when you start using it for escape.
Yeah.
What y'all get?
Exactly. So hey, I want everybody to listen up real quick. So Greg's grandfather, his name is Poppy. He used to cut my hair all the time. He claims, he got pictures, but I think that he did some old photoshopping methods. But he claims that he used to cut Muhammad Ali's hair. And he was a pretty good barber, but when you get old, his hands would, back, right? But everything, he used to make us. I used to get my hair cut at Greg's grandfather's crib, and he would make us sweep up. Make us clean up our hair. But I think about him, and I think about this idea of rest and stuff, and what happened to me, and I think it was heavy. Man, it was really, really heavy. I know that I did not face the weight alone, but damn, it was heavy. No one is holding my hand. They feel the weight. I had to understand this. Handed to me on the card, written by my love, concentrated in a part of my mind, prepared for the wait. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Amen.